Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Mississippi State Bulldogs taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. Texas. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. Wide out in motion. Caught behind the line. It's Bond. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. They'll try the run. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta?
Oh, picked off. Taking it the other way. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
Oof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You got to keep going.
Fair catch called for and made. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They'll run it from the gun. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Using his legs, it's Blue. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of third and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it, that time to hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And the Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass, it's Ewers. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
He'll pull it on the read. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
They'll go to the ground. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After getting nothing done on 1st down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on 2nd down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about. And guys, this is very frustrating for a defense. They forced the field goal attempt and now right back on the field after the roughing the kicker. They bring him down and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Here comes the option. He'll toss it. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense set for a first down play. The give to the tailback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wide receiver shows motion. On the run, it's Baxter. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
3rd down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
First down here for the offense. Here's the handoff. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Out of the gun to give to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. They're bringing heat. Got a man, it's Davis. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Boots' first of the day away was called on 4 times in the victory last week. And it'll be down right there. Line gets set, first down. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Mississippi State 14, Texas 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. The Longhorns get it past the sticks. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
And a lot of coaches put a lot of emphasis on situational type running, right? When it's a goal-to-go situation, short yardage situation, like when I need to run the football and they know I'm running the football. Right there, I haven't had a lot of success, but I needed a few yards to get the first down. Great job by the offensive line, creating some space and getting the first down.
This has been highly anticipated. Texas moving to the SEC, a seismic shift in the landscape of college football, and now up to the Longhorns to perform against their new conference rivals.
Well, it's a big day in college football, a big day in the SEC, and for these players too, David. A program with so much tradition and history finally playing their first game in the SEC.
And such a big brand. Obviously, Texas coming in, and last year was a good start, right? Beating Alabama, at their place in a tough SEC environment.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's a great job by the defense, not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Quickly to the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Texas offense. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, their defense needs to help them more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the first quarter, David. I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something, and you're right. You'll wear your defense out. Continue. You keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense, you're wearing your defense out, and you'll have no shot to get back in this game.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Blue. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, the ground game. Shakes off the tackle. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
At midfield, he's got room. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
What a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the joke. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
And what a game-changing play right there, because it looks like he's going to flip the field with a really good punt return, but then he coughs it up, and just like that, the offense is back on the field.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. Takes the handoff. It's Baxter.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Leaves it with the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And the Longhorns decide to punt it away.
39 on to punt it away. Return goes out of bounds.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Booth. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Well, it's a great design on offense on that pass play there. You see they clear out the middle of the field. They leave a huge space wide open for the quarterback to attack. Nice timing on the throw.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. He's going to take off. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off and gets a positive gain.
On the run, it's Lee. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
When you're around midfield, there's not really much of a choice. Go for it on 4th down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the 2nd half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. But if it continues to be that way in the 2nd half, this could be a much different looking football.
Running game got stuffed on 1st down, still from their own 25 on 2nd and 10. Looking for a gap, it's Booth. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Nice job by this defense. That's the way to set the tone in the second half. First drive, get them in a third down, get the sack, get the football to your offense. That is how you get back in this game really quickly.
Takes it on the return. Makes a move. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens. You can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that one.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. He leaves it with his back. Turns it on in midfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
Love the call here going RPO on 3rd down, and obviously you're giving your quarterback choices, but the defense gave them a look that was conducive to handing that football off. So good decision by the quarterback and nice push up front.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Now on 2nd down. They'll run it from the gun. Discards a man.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
On the run, it's Baxter. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
At the 43. Now, 4th down.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juice. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through.
You can count on one hand how many kickers in college football today can make that kick. That guy's one of them.
the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game, you're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. They're setting up the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and it forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. They'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. No good. After the miss, the lead is still 4. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Give to the running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early. Give to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Back to throw, it's Ewers. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
State offense headed back to the field to go to work. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
Got nothing on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking for a crease. It's Booth.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Got his man in the middle. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third.
The end of the third quarter. With the score, Mississippi State 14, Texas 13.
Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Back to the ground with the running back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge 4th down play. On the option. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks. They needed less than a yard, really too far to kick the field goal, a little too close to punt. Really not much of a decision there.
Yeah, and I really don't care where you're out on the field. 4th and inches, I like me to get inches, and I'm going for them, especially when you're on the side of the field where you long field goal or maybe just punting the ball. Nah, go for it.
Running back searching for a hole.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Trying play action. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. The give out of the gun. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Mississippi State rings the cowbell in the red zone. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. They go to the ground. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Oh, ball's out! Oh, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Quarterback checking the play. Leaves it with the running back. Using the spin move.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll leave it with the lone back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. From the gun, the running back has it. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Powers forward. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch. In those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here, you need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. To the ground with the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Clock is still running and they have to get everybody lined up. Hand off from the shotgun. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Looking for room, it's Booth. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go.
Timeout, Mississippi State.
So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. And this one splits the uprights. And after the three-spot guys, we're all tied up.
With the score all tied.
Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got it set up on the outside. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Tackle on play at the 15-yard line. First down for the offense.
Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. Quickly complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that thing.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now they regain the lead.
Mississippi State 23, Texas 20.
Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Looking for room. It's Blue. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
Gain of 2. Brings up second down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what they have on 3rd down as they want to make sure they keep this in makeable field goal range. The give from the gun. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's between the uprights and good, and this coach does realize that he still just lost the game, right? Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on 1st down. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Handoff from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! That score gives them the lead here in the second overtime.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
They got the touchdown. Now in the second overtime, you have to go for 2. Wants to throw. It's Ewers. He's got the tight end. They got it. Executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double overtime. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle, it's Booth.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Pulls and fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
First and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Third and goal, desperately trying to get it in and keep hope alive. Hard-hitting tackle.
And I tell you what, he drops back to pass, nothing really open, tries to scramble, but now because he got a little bit more yards, is this maybe decision time on 4th and goal, down by more than a field goal? This might be time to go for it.
Defense gets a stop, it's over. 4th and goal. He's looking to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And that falls incomplete on 4th down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. First and goal in overtime, and they have to answer with a touchdown. Quarterback sneak, wedging himself into the line. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Offense will use a timeout here to make sure everyone is on the same page here in overtime. Chiefs fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Fires to the tight end. Touchdown, Mississippi State. With that, now a 2-point conversion away from triple overtime.
Down close to the goal line. Great job by the tight end on his route for that touchdown.
They've got to get it in on the 2-point try to force a 3rd overtime. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. They cannot convert. A defensive stop will end it in a 2-point victory in overtime. My pulse rate is still through the roof on this game. I would have called that one for free. Wait, I don't want to get carried away there, but it was a really fun game and a great win.
It really was. I know we're all up here, we're bouncing around, we're excited after having seen what we just saw. What a great win for this team to go out and do it in overtime. That's the type of game that fans are going to be talking about for a long time, Dave.
Free. Yeah, right. If you know Reese Davis, that is not happening, but we got a free game that was awesome. Back and forth, nip and tuck, and bonus time. You got some free overtime play in that one.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.